There's a competition in New Orleans. There's not supposed to be a competition in Green Bay. It's just awkward in Green Bay because of what happened last year in the first round of the draft, a first-round pick packaged with a fourth-round pick to move up to get not a high-end receiver, to get a backup quarterback to Aaron Rodgers. So when we last addressed the Aaron Rodgers contract situation, Mike Silver of NFL Media was suggesting that there was some sort of restructuring, maybe new contract. And, if they were trying to work something out, it looks like the deadline was yesterday because the day came and went, $6.8 million roster bonus paid to Aaron Rodgers. That they were looking to create cap space by converting that roster bonus to a signing bonus. They blew the window to do it. And, Chris, it's hard not to look at this and wonder, do they want to avoid kicking the can and creating a bigger cap hit next year if they were to trade him? And that's what would happen if you would convert the vast majority of his salary this year to a signing bonus and push it into future years. If you trade him next year, all that money comes onto the cap at one time. The bottom line, Packers want to continue year to year, I believe. Aaron Rodgers wants more certainty and a greater commitment than that, and so far he hasn't gotten it. And the fact that he got $6.8 million yesterday as not part of a new contract tells me that he's farther away from getting that contract than he was before the money was paid.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it does seem fishy. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you look at it, you look the way his contract's set up. I mean, next year they could get out of it. Yeah, they're going to take a good – if they had to trade him, like you said, I don't know, the post-June 1st type of stuff, there's going to be a dead money of $17.2 million. They can split that in half. Teams can deal with that, where the cap is, probably projected to be for next year. So I do find it curious. I really do. But where I think it's, again, not going to be in the advantage of the Packers and their front office is just I just think there's just no way Aaron Rodgers doesn't play awesome this year. There's no way. I don't see it. I think he's totally comfortable in the offense. I think him and Matt LaFleur have a real connection there. I think Nate Hackett is involved in that, the offensive coordinator / quarterback coach, who's a rising star in the ranks too. I think there's something special with these three. And again, I'm going to go back to what Matt LaFleur said the day after the game, or it was the day of the game, when he almost broke down in tears to go he's the heart and soul of our team. He is the guy. He's 12. He's AR. He's A-Rod, whatever the hell you want to call him. He is the freaking man. And I think that's where, the front office is in a little bit of a disconnect here with it. And again, if Rodgers, how are they going to sell that to their fan base next year? Maybe he sells it to them going screw you guys. You don't want to make a commitment. I'm out of here. I don't know where this goes, but I'm with you. It is a little curious with how this was handled.
3 quick observations.
Yeah.
First of all, if they had maximized the ability to take his compensation for this year, added up, not signing bonus, but base salary of 14.7, roster bonus of 6.8, you make the minimum salary of 1.075. You turn the rest of it into a signing bonus. You add a couple voidable years onto the contract to get the maximum spread. If they'd have done all that to get the minimum cap number this year for Aaron Rodgers so they could go get some free agents, they'd be looking at a $33 million cap hit next year, not 17 if they trade him. So that's a reason not to do it. Second, I agree with you. I think Matt LaFleur is caught in the crossfire between the front office and Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And I think what's going on here, I think Mark Murphy is a genius. Now, Aaron Rodgers may not like the way the genius is manifesting itself. I think Mark Murphy knows exactly how to keep Aaron Rodgers in the right zone of pissed off. Sorry, London. We talked about this earlier in the week, the Wes Welker mentality. Mm-hmm. You don't want him to be too upset. You want him to be just upset enough so he's awesome like he was last year. Just upset enough so he's motivated to be the MVP. So now they have it set up. We can let him go next year. The cap charge would be $17 million if we trade him. That's manageable.
It is.
Relative to some of the other cap hits we've seen. It's a lot more manageable than 33. So that's looming. So what does Aaron Rodgers do? He comes back and he kicks ass again, and he's the MVP again or close to it mission accomplished for Mark Murphy. I'm telling you, for as smart as Aaron Rodgers is, Mark Murphy's smarter. Aaron Rodgers is playing chess. Mark Murphy's playing 3D multi-level chess.
I don't know about that. I like Mark Murphy. I'm not buying into all that. He's real good. Don't get me wrong.
Here's what he's using against Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers' obsession with never being the bad guy, with never upsetting the fan base. He's afraid to get treated like Favre did after Favre left. Rodgers was the starting quarterback the day that Favre came back as a member of the Vikings. And every time Brett Favre was on the field, they booed him and booed him and booed him and booed him. Aaron Rodgers is trying to avoid that, and I think Mark Murphy understands it. And, you know, because you made the comment about the possibility that Aaron Rodgers will say, screw it, I want out of here. He won't. He won't do it because he knows that makes him public enemy number one if he does.
Well, what I think they got to be careful here is he won't be, because this is going to be more on the organization than Brett Favre's scenario would be. This is going to be a little bit like, no, and I think the fans will be able to see it and go, wait, no, this is our team's fault. This isn't Rodgers being like Brett Favre and stringing the team along or being a little selfish like Brett Favre was. That's, to me, where it's different. And listen, Mark Murphy, Gutekunst, I mean, you know, I before last year in the draft, I mean, I've liked everything they've done. And I still like a lot that they do. I just think last year's draft was stupid, okay? I don't know any other way to say it other than that. And I think what I look at, you know, you can argue, again, like you're saying, Mark Murphy's smart. Yeah, he's playing 3D chess and all that, and Rodgers is playing just chess or checkers, whatever. But I could also sit here and go, you sure you might be playing tic-tac-toe? You were in the Super Bowl. You were in the Super Bowl window with the arguably the best quarterback in the game, and you didn't go all in on it. So I could also sit there and go, no, I think you were playing tic-tac-toe or hangman on the side, and maybe Rodgers is playing chess. I could argue that side of it too. So that's where I don't know what to feel about it. You know, I'm conflicted with this whole Green Bay thing. I have a lot of respect in a lot of ways. But that situation still really bothers me and frustrates me, as you know, because I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan.
You made the comment about the Brett Favre situation being more on him and less on the institution. See, Rodgers was there for that. They managed to make it look like it was on Brett Favre. I still believe that they went to him February of 2008, went to Favre, knowing that if they pressed him for a clear commitment, yes or no, up or down in February about playing that year, he would have said no.
I know.
So they knew damn well what they were doing. They were playing chess with Brett Favre, and Brett was playing 52 pickup.
Well, maybe. But, you know, he had also done that kind of stuff the 3 years previous to that, too.
Oh, right. He had fault leading up to it.
Yes.
But they hatched the plan, I firmly believe. They hatched the plan to get him to finally get the hell out of here.
Do it early.
And how do you get him to get out of here?
Right.
You tell him we need to know right now, now, Brett. You've been screwing around. I almost said a different word. You've been screwing around with us for the last 4 years. We need to know right now, are you in or you're out? Well, why do you need to know right now? We just do. We need to know right now, are you in or you're out?
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm out.
Right.
And then you barricade the door with furniture, and when he shows up again and he gets out to another team, he becomes the enemy. And I think that's what's got Aaron Rodgers a little freaked out, frankly. I don't want to overly psychoanalyze him.
I'm sure.
But I think he's looking at this saying, they screwed Brett, and Brett ended up being the bad guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I think that's why he made the comments he made after the game. It wasn't about, like, you know, him posing a threat or anything like that. He's just going, man, I don't know. This league's crazy. I don't know where the hell this thing's going to go. You know, I think that's what he was really referring to. Who knows? I never thought they'd have drafted a quarterback last year in the draft. Who knows? Maybe they'll trade me this year. I mean, so that's what he was trying to say. Maybe Aaron Jones won't be back. I think he was trying to say all of those things because it's a crazy league. And he's seen this stuff with Brett Favre like you've talked about. So, I mean, we're going to keep our eye on it, certainly. I'm interested to see what they're going to do in the draft here, if there's going to be anything else here in free agency that they try to do to boost the offensive side of the ball. Not that they need anything major, but, you know, it's funny that we're talking about a guy that's still very, very awesome. And we're talking about, they might be trying to push him out of the door here the next year or two.
Bottom line. The full restructuring to maximize cap space this year would have had the practical effect of tying Aaron Rodgers to the Packers for 2 more years because it would have made the cap charge next year too much to bear. It's just as good as getting your next 2 years guaranteed.
Right.
So I think he was probably rooting for the full reduction and signing bonus and kick the can and voidable years and make it as hard as possible to trade me after this year. I think he wanted that, and he didn't get it.
Right.
So, and if they had done that, what would they have? They'd have a lot of other money on hand to go out and sign free agents aimed at making the team better with T.Y. Hilton, with Sammy Watkins, plenty of guys still on the market that could come in and make the team better. That's $17 million or so, $16 million that they don't have now because they didn't do that restructuring. I'm telling you, this is almost Shakespearean. The level of this fight between Rodgers and Murphy that has remained cold but could go hot at any moment. It's fascinating.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.